Hi everybody, welcome to my final paper presentation where I talk about my final project, which is a framework for developing mixed reality shared collaborative space applications. It is called SafeSpace and it has the security aspects built into it. So before we go into the internals of the framework itself, let's try to take a look at the problem that we're trying to solve in here. So in a mixed reality collaborative environment, different users would have access to AR elements with different level of security, different security levels, right? So a user with a clearance or classified shouldn't be able to access any top secret AR elements. So any framework that will allow us to build an application like that should take into consideration of the security aspects, and the application developer uh, shouldn't implement these security concerns. Rather, the framework should provide this as a basic necessary for the application to be built upon. So here is my poor effort to try to visualize this problem. So in this case, we can see on left that um, there are multiple users with different security labelings. The user A is a regular user, where user B is an administrative user. And from the administrative user's perspective, he can see any AR element in the environment and interact with them. But from the regular user's perspective, he can only see elements that are compatible with his security clearance, like the classified documents. Only doesn't get to see the top secret elements. So this is the standard problem that we are trying to solve in here. And here are the list of related works that has already been done in this area, but I have talked about this in my related works presentation. But I will point out another commercial product known as the Azure Spatial Anchors, which is a similar platform. But the limitations of this platform is it only comes with a fixed access control policy, which is a role-based access control. But there are cases where this is not applicable and we need a different type of access control mechanism. So in that case, this platform has, I would say, a severe limitation. So this is basically the gap in the current state of art, and any a framework that will be able to overcome this should allow an extensible access control configuration. So that brings me to the contribution that the Safe Space framework provides. It comes with an extensible security layer where we can actually plug in our appropriate access control model and use that to develop our application. So here is a high-level overview of the system architecture of SafeSpace. At first, we have the client stack. It comes with the standard APIs for interacting with each other and the visualization tools as well. Next, we have the AR resource service, which stores and retrieves the AR elements that will be used to construct the mixed reality environment. And we have standard components like authentication service, and then the collaboration service, which takes care of the interactions that are being made into the collaborative environment. And finally, we have the security policy service, which determines what are the interactions or what are the visuals that we need to render for any specific security level. For the implementation, the data or the interactions are actually represented using a very generic format. So any type of platform can actually adopt it. And the security policy service can be configured to use any of these access control models, such as a role-based access control model, relationship-based access control model, any standard access control model. And other services like authentication or collaboration, I have been using a Java-based framework named Spring to develop them and run them as different microservices for the extensibility. And these services also use standard protocols to talk amongst themselves so that the whole system can be easily adopted to be applicable in any general cloud system or any general infrastructure or deployment infrastructure, I mean. So the potential application of this framework is basically any collaborative environment like project management, healthcare, education, or like competitive strategy-based gaming. So in that case, we can see that there are some recommended policy or the security policy models. We can easily integrate this to the SafeSpace framework to achieve appropriate security levels. And for future work, I'd like to propose another access control model, which is better suited for collaborative mixed reality. And we also need to take into consideration of the audio effect as well, because so far we have only talked about the protection of the visuals, but for a true immersive experience, we need to consider audio-based compartmentalization like weightless walls, right? So yeah, that brings me to the end of my presentation, and now I'd be happy to answer if you have any questions. So thank you for listening.